Hi, I'm John DeBella, and this is your Classic Rock Update. Well, supposedly the Van Halen album is done, the first one with David Lee Roth since 1984. Mark Tremonti from the band Alter Bridge is friends with Wolfie, and he said he hung out in the 5150 studio with Wolfie and Uncle Alex, and they listened to the entire thing, and it's incredible. And I read this on the internet, so who knows if it's true or not. Sad news for legendary mountain guitarist Leslie West. He was down in Biloxi, Mississippi, playing the Hard Rock when all of a sudden he had to be rushed to the hospital because his legs started to swell up. You see, he's a diabetes victim, and in order to save his life, they had to amputate his leg from the knee down. Now, he's expected to make a full recovery, but it's going to take some time for him to recuperate and to actually go through extensive rehabilitation. Well, just in time for the Let Freedom Rock Fest, Yes is releasing a new album called Fly From Here. Now, the conceptual project reunites Jeff Downes and Trevor Horn with Yes, who all worked together on 1983's 90215, the album that had Owner of a Lonely Heart on it. Jeff and Trevor, of course, come from the Buggles, who gave us Video Killed the Radio Star. Fly From Here will feature a 20-minute song that is actually a leftover track from the Drama album, and that was the last album that John Anderson wasn't on either. Of course, David Benoit is singing for Yes nowadays. These days, Paul McCartney is pretty diplomatic when anybody asks him anything about the Beatles, but the one thing that he is trying to make perfectly clear is he didn't break them up. He says that was all John Lennon's doing. McCartney was on Absolute Radio over in England and decided to shed some light on the split up when it happens. Now here's audio of what Paul had to say.
Wrong, sorry, wasn't me, it was John. What actually happened was, the group was getting very tense, it was looking like we were breaking up. One day I came in, we had a meeting, it was all Apple and business and Alan Klein, and it was getting very hairy and no one was really enjoying themselves. We'd forgotten the music bit, it was just business. And I came in one day and I said, I think we should get back on the road. Small band, go and do the clubs, sod it, let's get back to square one, let's remember what we're all about, let's get back. And John's actual words were, I think you're daft. And I wasn't going to tell you. I'm breaking the group up. He said, it feels good, it feels like a divorce. And he just sat there and our jaws dropped.
I want to tell you a story all about the house rent blues. I come home on Friday, had to tell my lady I done lost my job.
George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers are about to go out on an extensive summer tour and put out their 17th album, titled 2120 South Michigan Avenue. It's a tip of the hat to the legendary Chess Studios in Chicago, where all of the greats of rock and roll started recording. Now, the album takes its title from the Rolling Stones song, but some of the artists that are going to be covered are Bo Diddley, Buddy Guy, Chuck Berry, Howlin' Wolf, plus George is going to put a whole bunch of his own tunes on there as well. George is coming to the Keswick Theater on September 30th in Glenside, so if you want to check him out and hear a lot of this music, that would be the place to do it. U2 has topped the Forbes list of the 25 highest paid acts in rock and roll. AC/DC is on there, Bon Jovi as well. But what's really surprising is of the top 10 acts, 5 of them are classic rock bands. You got U2, you got Bon Jovi, Elton John, Paul McCartney, and the Eagles all coming in the top 10. U2 collecting $195 million during the course of their tour, the Eagles $60 million. Wow, that's a big space. But speaking of U2, this is a traffic jam that happened on the day U2 was playing the Oakland Coliseum. Now, this traffic jam happened on the Golden Gate Bridge, which has nothing to do with Oakland. But if you were in this traffic jam, you were stuck in it for hours on end. People were in it for up to 5 hours and never made it to the U2 show. Some people just turned around. Others got there in time to hear the last few songs. And you know what all these people think? They think they should sue to get their money back. That's right, they're actually starting a class action suit to sue the promoter in order to get their money back because they didn't make it to the show on time. Now, I'm not often going to take the promoter's side, but I'm sorry, Sunshine. If you didn't pack the minivan in time, it's not Mr. Promoter's fault. Next time, plan ahead. And that is your Classic Rock update for this week. I hope you have a great holiday. I'll see you on the radio. Classic Rock 102.9 MGK. Grr.